Hello again. I'm back today with another Radiohead lesson. This time we'll be looking at Optimistic, which is a song off of their Kid A album. So I had a request to do this one. Before I go any further, we're in double drop D tuning for this. So your low E string is tuned down to D and your high E string is also tuned down to D. So there's a little bit of dispute on the internet regarding this song. What tuning it's in, who's playing what, it seems like. Well, this is a pretty good one guitar version. It's totally sufficient if you're playing it by yourself. It's it's definitely more than passable. I try to combine kind of all of the really important guitar parts into this lesson I'm about to show you. So it's not too difficult. There's just a few riffs and sections. It's probably actually one of the easier Radiohead songs, but there is a real sense of timing and rhythm that you need from your right hand. So something to be aware of when you're watching this lesson and when you're playing it yourself. Okay, let's jump into it. Again, we're in double drop D tuning, both E strings tuned down to D. I'll play kind of the intro riff here that starts the song, and then I'll go over it. So here we go. Okay, so that's kind of the intro riff, and it does play actually, that riff plays again probably 4 to 4.5 minutes into the song, kind of is the very end of the song as well. So what we're doing here, we're starting with this shape. I don't really even know what it is. You're kind of just playing, you're playing the bottom two strings open, so it's the E string tuned down to D and the A string open. You're playing the 10th fret here on the D string. You're muting that G string, very important. Playing the 10th fret on the B and letting that highest string ring open. It's the high E string tuned down to D. So kind of keep this shape. Move it up here to the 12th fret. Those strings still stay open, otherwise you're still muting the G string. Same shape. And next we go down here to the 7th fret. So again, 7th fret just on the D and the B string. So we start 10th fret here again. 10, 12, 12, 7, 7. So what that sounds like, kind of with the rhythm of the riff, goes like this. Kind of strumming the whole chord all at once. You want those, particularly those, the lowest and the highest strings ringing out. It's got a really nice kind of droning feel to it, right? Okay, and I'll go over kind of the right hand and how I play it in a second, but those are the shapes for the first half of this intro riff. So after we go to here, the next shape is a little different. But like the first riff, once you have this shape, you're just moving it around. You're keeping your fingers in the same place. So this is the next shape. Again, the open low E string tuned down to D, and the A string. You're playing the 8th fret on the D string. Again, mute the G string. 6th fret on the B string, letting that highest string ring open. Move it up 2 frets, so you're at the 10th fret on the D and the 8th fret on the B, and again having those strings still ring open. And then finally down 1 fret, just 1 semitone, to the 7th fret on the B and the 9th fret on the D. So let me play through all the shapes really quickly one more time, and I'll kind of go over the rhythm of it. So it's start here. It's 10 10, 12 12, 7 7, all on the D and the B strings. We're still on the D and the B strings, but now we go 6 8, 8 10, 7 9. Okay, so here's the rhythm. You can kind of honestly, if you're kind of just playing that chord, you can kind of get that feel. It's kind of, you kind of start by hitting that low string. One more time before it goes into the kind of the verse section. At the end of it, you play this section twice. You go like this. Right? And then you do it one more time. If you listen to the record, there's a little bit of a change in the riff there. So anyway, watch my right hand there. The important thing is you keep going back between the low and the high strings and kind of you're hitting downstrokes on those bass strings and upstrokes on the high strings. So just really watch your right hand and watch what I just went over to get that rhythm down. Okay, so now we're into kind of the main riff that plays throughout the majority of the song. It's Thom Yorke playing this live. I watched actually the song played from Live in the Basement, and Thom was handling almost all of this riffing. Johnny is playing this riff in a little bit different spot on the neck, but I'm pretty sure he's in a different tuning. And again, to really play this song with one guitar, you need to be in that double drop D tuning for that riff that I just showed you. So I'm not going to focus as much on Johnny's parts for this song because it's really hard to make out what he's doing. And Thom Yorke's part is, again, the main guitar part. So Johnny is probably just playing single notes somewhere along the neck. So again, I'd focus on Thom Yorke's part here to really get the feel of the song down. That's the most important riff. So anyway, we're starting with this. Hit the low E string, tune down to D twice. Now we're playing the open low string, again tuned down to D, 8th fret on the A string, mute the D string there. You want to play the 7th fret on the G, and you're not playing anything on those top two strings. So it's down, 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 up. Okay, so we go right into the next shape after that in this main riff. It's open 7 on the A, mute the D string again, 5th fret on the G this time. Again, you're not playing those high strings. And then you go back here. We're going into this. That's 10th fret on the A string and 9th fret on the G. Again, muting the D string, letting that D string ring open, that low D string. To this chord, 7th fret on the G, 9th fret on the A, mute the D string yet again. So here's the entire main riff that plays over and over again throughout the song. Really slow. Okay, so here's what it sounds like, a little bit of distortion. You really want to be strumming hard there, and also making sure that your fretting hand's kind of doing the muting of the other strings so you can really hit. Because that's how Tom's playing. You don't want to be like, right? It just loses the feel. You really want to, you know, dig in there and make sure you're really hitting those notes and hitting them hard. So this main riff plays again throughout the song, really most of the song. So eventually we get to a chorus section, which Thom plays this, and I will show you Johnny's kind of chorus riff in this section. It's kind of cool. So this is what Thom's playing. He's playing the chord actually we started the song with here. Open, open, 10, mute the G string, 10 on the B string as well. We're not playing that high string this time, so we can mute that high E string. Now we're taking this shape, keeping our fingers in place, or keeping this finger, the ring finger, in place. We're kind of descending along the D string here. So we're going from 10 on the D and 10 on the B to 9 on the D and 10 on the B. So once again, it's try the best you can. You can try the best. That's 8th fret on the D string, 10th fret on the B. So it's try the best you can. Try the best. Again, keep that finger down here, the 10th fret on the B string. Try the best you can. You can try the best. One more chord before we go back into playing the main riff. Just a regular kind of, it's almost like a D major. Open, open, 7th fret on the D string, mute the G, 7th fret on the B string, again muting that top string. So here's the entire chorus that Thom Yorke is playing. Try the best you can. You can try the best you can. Right back in the main riff. Best you can is good enough. You can switch back to the other riff. You can try the best you can. 10, 10, 10, 9, 10, 8, 10, 7, 7. The best you can is good enough. Okay, so let's go over Johnny's cool little chorus riff there. It's kind of like an ascending little, almost like a scale run or something. But it sounds like this. I'll kick on a little bit of distortion, then I'll show how to play it really slowly. So here we go. You kind of hear it on the recording if you listen really closely. I'm assuming Colin's sort of doubling this melody with a bass, or playing a similar melody on bass. So we're starting here with the open A string for this little scale run. 2nd fret on the A string, 3rd fret on the A string, 5th fret on the A string. Kind of want to alternate pick this, by the way. You don't want to be... That's the whole riff. So again, alternate pick. So open 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5 on the D string, 2, 3, 5 on the G string. So from the top, open 2, 3, 5 on the A, 2, 3, 5 on the D, 2, 3, 5 on the G, and lastly we end this little riff with 3rd fret on the B string, 5th fret on the B string, slide down from 8 to 7 on the B string, and then you can jump up here and play this riff after playing it, because when Johnny's playing this riff, it's while Thom is saying, "You can try the best you can." It's during that. It's not, again, you can jump right back up here and play the riff like this, and jump back down. Okay, so listen to the recording for that. You can hear it in there. It's a cool riff. It's good practice, actually, if you're just getting into scales and things like that. So the next thing I have to show you, and the last thing I have to show you for how to play this song, is the kind of like breakdown section. Like it's like when the keys kind of are going crazy, and right before Thom jumps into another verse, it's just kind of, you can hear like the bass just boom, boom, playing that low D string. Well, the guitar is just kind of going. You kind of want to emphasize the top 3 strings here, the lowest 3 strings. It's also okay, actually, if you hit that open G string there, too. So you're just playing open strings. Back into the riff. So listen to the recording for that part, but you're just kind of hitting those open strings, really without any specific rhythm or anything to it. It's just, make sure you have some muted strums in there and make it sound really dramatic and cool. So that is all the parts of this song. So rewind, rewatch. Again, I focused on Thom Yorke's parts, which are the most prominent, at least on the original recording. And Johnny is, again, I think possibly in a different tuning. I don't even know what Ed is doing on this song, to be honest. But Johnny's probably in a different tuning than Thom is, and I think he's playing something totally different. But again, not as essential to the melody. So hope you enjoyed it. This is a good one. It's probably the most guitar-heavy track on Kid A, because there's really not a lot of guitar moments on that album. I guess In Limbo and How to Disappear Completely is a very simple a song if you're a beginner. So check that one out too. Off the Kid A album. But yeah, this is the closest thing to resembling guitar rock on Kid A, which is very much an electronic music album. So this is a cool one. It's not one of my personal Radiohead favorites, but I do enjoy listening to it, and I think it's an interesting spot on the Kid A album, kind of after that amazing run of songs to start the album, like everything in its right place through How to Disappear Completely is just phenomenal, and it just sounds like music made by aliens or something. It's so different than anything I've ever heard. And then Tree Fingers is kind of that really quiet, calm after storm interlude, and then just comes right back in with this song. So I've always kind of admired where it fits on the album. It kind of starts the second half of Kid A, which I think is also excellent. Maybe not as good as the first half, but I think Idiotech is actually one of my favorite Radiohead songs, and the first time I heard it, I just thought it was total garbage. I didn't understand it at all, and but I really grew to like that one over time, and I think it's fantastic live. And this song sounds good live too. I don't know why they don't play it too often, but this song also is a really good live track. Again, check out that Live from the Basement version. I briefly mentioned it earlier. Check that out. It's kind of a cool version of this song. It feels a lot fresher and more organic to hear live versions of this song than to listen to the album. So anyways, it's a good one. Thanks for the request out there for this one. I'm glad I was able to go over it. Stay tuned for more guitar lessons from me. I'll probably be focusing on Radiohead, Springsteen, and Foo Fighters, but I'll be throwing in other songs here and there too over time, and I may start slowing down these lessons for a while because I've been putting out a bunch recently. But again, hit like, hit subscribe if there's a song you want to learn how to play that's kind of similar to this. It's Radiohead or whatever. Leave a comment below. and I may get to it at some point. I know I already know how to play a lot of Radiohead songs, so again, I can, most likely I might know how to play it. So, let me know, reach out, and I appreciate all the support. So, thank you very much.